This conference will now be recorded.
Now, today we will start the last topic in your admin called automation, right? So put a heading called as automation. Put a heading called as automation. Write down automation, right? Start taking the notes. Step-by-step defined process. Step-by-step defined process. Step-by-step defined process. Step-by-step defined process with a system controlled action and execution. Step-by-step defined process with a system control action and execution based on a condition or criteria is called automation. Right? There are 5 automation tools. Number 1, approval builder. Right? Let me write this first, then you can copy it. Okay. Screen launched, auto launched. Number 2, triggered time. A, B, C, D, E. A is platform event base. Right? Okay. Now you can start copying. Now, these are the automation tool available in your Salesforce. Number 1, approval builder. Number 2, workflow builder. Number 3, flow builder. Number 5, process builder. Number 6, notification builder. In approval builder, we have 2, jump, standard. Workflow builder, we have 2, instant, time dependent. Flow builder, we have 5, screen, auto, trigger, time flat form. Next, process builder. And last, notification builder. Now today we will start with approval builder jump. Let's see. Done, everyone? Right. Now put a heading, approval builder. Write down process of endorsement. Process of endorsement is called approval. 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 Building approval. Building approval. Building approval is called approval builder. Building approval is called approval builder. Now let me log in. Rupam @OF115, password CRM1234 hash. So what is an approval? It's a process of endorsement. For example, right, whenever an opportunity is greater than 1 lakh, I need an approval. I need level 1 approval. Whenever an opportunity is greater than 5 lakh, I need finance department approval. Whenever an opportunity is greater than 10 lakh, I need manager, finance department, and the company VP's approval. Whenever I am giving a more than 10% discount, I need an approval, right? You can build approval process wherever it's needed for a system object, for a custom object, right? Now let's take a requirement. We will start with the first one, approval builder, right? I'm starting with the first one, approval builder. I will start with number one called jump, right? Jump. It's the quick and fastest way. It's a quick and fastest way, right? So what we are going to do? Requirement is that in opportunity, whenever the amount is greater than 1 lakh and probability is greater than 50%, you need approval, level 1 approval. Perfect. Same thing. Whenever amount is greater than, let's say that 5 lakh, probability remains 50%. I want level 1 plus level 2. Level 1 approval plus level 2 approval. Next, whenever the amount is greater than 10 lakh, whenever the amount is greater than 10 lakh, I want level 1 plus level 2 plus VP approval. Vice President, a company's VP approval. This is what we are going to do. We are going to create an approval process for this. Everybody clear with the task that we are going to do, right? I'm taking opportunity table as a requirement, right? I'm taking opportunity table as a requirement. Whenever the amount is greater than 1 lakh and probability is greater than 50%, I want only level 1 approval. Whenever the amount is more than 5 lakh and the probability of winning is greater than 50%, I want both level 1 plus level 2. We will decide who in the level 1 will approve, who in the level 2 will approve, right? Next, whenever the amount is more than 10 lakh, I want level 1 plus level 2 plus VP. Let me do this. To do this, I'll go to setup. I will click on process automation. First one called approval process. First one called approval process. Approval process are object dependent. On which object you want to create? I want to create it on opportunity. I'm looking for opportunity. Here we go. Opportunity. I click on this new button. I have two options. Jump, standard. Jump, standard. First, we will go by jump. I click on jump. I give a name. Big deal. APPROVL. Approval process. Underscore jump. Big deal approval process underscore jump. Do you have any template that you want to use which was created in opportunity to send when it's approved, when it's rejected, right? No, I don't have. Okay, no problem. Not a compulsory, right? When a criteria is met, whenever the contact amount, opportunity amount, whenever the opportunity amount is greater than or equal to 1 lakh and probability of winning greater than or equal to 50%. What do you want to do? Let the submitter choose the approval manually? No. Automatically assign it to the manager? From where will it get the manager? If you remember that, while creating a user, every user you have an option to select a manager while creating a user. Under administration, under user, whenever you click on a new user, towards the bottom, you have an option to choose manager. I want the manager to approve. No. I want all the approval to go to these people. To a user? Yes. Which user? I want that this should go to, let's assume that this should go to Dhoni. Can I add more than one user? Yes. Add row. It should go to Dhoni and Sachin, for example. Now, do you want to add more? Yes. You can add more. Now, is it that everybody has to approve? If yes, then take the second one. Require unanimous approval from all approvers. If all has to approve. No. Approve or reject based on first response. Whoever approves, whether Dhoni approves or Sachin approves, will be treated as approved. Anyone. You will have either one or everyone. You will not have selected. For example, you have 10 approvers here. You cannot say that I need first 5. No. First 3. No. You have to say anyone or all. These are the only options available. You cannot have that I want 3. I want 2. 2 people to approve it. No, minimum 2. You cannot. Either you can have one or you can have all. That's it. Now I click save. It says that unless until you activate it, it's not going to work. Okay, done. Now I click saved, right? I'll click on view approval process detail page, and this is what we created, right? We created entry criteria is greater than 1 lakh and probability is greater than 50,000. Who can change the record? Only administrator. Administrator can go ahead and update the record. No one else can change the record. As soon as you submit, it will be locked. Now I come to the approval steps. Step 1 already created. I will click on new approval step. What is that? I will say step 2, level 2, level 2 approval. I click on next. I click on next, right? All records should enter this step? No. Whenever the amount is greater than 5 lakh, I need not to check the probability because in the first step itself, I'm checking the probability, right? And any of the record cannot be edited. So nobody can change the probability. The entry itself is 50%. So I need not to check once again. If you want, you can do so. Again, you can take probability of winning. Your wish. Second level, again, you can take, right? So opportunity, here is probability. You can not only take opportunity field, you can see account field, you can take so many field, current user, quote field, see, wherever the quotation amount, price book, price, you can take a lot of fields. I click next. Next step, who will approve? Let automatically assign it to a user only, see, right? Click on, right, user, select for the moment, let's say Rupam, right? Next, if Rupam rejects, then it will be rejected, right? Now, question comes is that if Rupam rejects, where it should go? It should go back to 0 or it should go back to the next step. I will say go back to the previous step. Go back to the previous step. Go back to the previous step. I gave a level 1 or level 2. What name I gave? By the way, let me please go back. Previous level 2 only I gave. Okay, so go back to level 1. Go back to level 1. That means if Rupam rejects, then automatically it will not go back to the user. It will go back to Sachin, the previous level. Level 1, it will go. See, perform the rejection action with this step and send the approval back to the most recent approver. Go back one step. I say perfect. I click on save. My 2-level process got created. Say that no, I will do it later. Thank you. There are 2 steps. Step 1, step 2. Again, I'll create one more. New approval step. I will say level 3. VP's approval. I'm creating the step 3. Click next. What is the condition? Whenever the amount is more than 10 lakh, whenever the amount is more than 10 lakh, click next. Automatically, yes. Whom? You can take related user. You can say that created by, modified by the owner. Owner has to approve it, right? I will say no, user. Which user? You cannot give it to a team. I will say to Rupam, okay, again to me, right? If Rupam rejects, go back to the level 2, one step down, right? The approvers can delegate the request. That means if it goes to Rupam, Rupam can pass it to someone else, saying that, hey, actually, I'm not authorized to do that, so can you please approve? Rupam can pass it to anyone else. Delegate. I have checked that box. Click save, right? No, I will do it later, right? Now you can see that we created 3 levels. Like this, you can create next, 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 like level 4, level 5, level 6. You can keep on creating levels. How many levels you want, that many levels you can create. No issue at all, right? Finally, when it's done, I will go ahead and I will activate it. Activate, activate. The approval process got activated. Now let's see. Here it is activated. Let's see how does it works. First, let me show you in Classic how does it works. And then I will come in Lightning. I click on my name. I click on Switch to Classic. I'm going to the Classic window. I will show you both in Classic and in Lightning. Right? I click on Sales. I go to Opportunity. I click on New Opportunity. Let's create. Can I do it for existing? Yes. I will say test 90K. Amount 9123. Close date this month 30th. Stage, I will say 670%. Right? I click on save. An opportunity got created. Now I see this button called submit for approval. I click on submit for approval. It gives me a warning saying that if you submit it, you might not be able to recall it. Are you sure that you want to submit it? Yes. Immediately system will give an error saying that unable to submit because there is no approval process meeting to this condition. Why? Because your condition starts for more than 1 lakh. Anything less than below 1 lakh doesn't require an approval, right? More than 5 lakh, 2 level, more than 10 lakh, 3 level. Now I click on edit and I change it to 6 lakh 45,123. How many approvals require? 2 levels of approval required. Both the conditions are satisfied. Probability should be greater than 50. Here it's 70. Amount should be more than 5 lakh or 1 lakh. Here it's more than 5 lakh. So it's a 2-level approval automatically. Click on submit for approval. Click OK. Automatically it will be submit for approval. This time no error. You see that there's a lock symbol in front of it and it says unlock. User cannot make a change once they submit the record for approval. Only administrator can make a change. I scroll down. Here it shows the approval history. Here it shows the approval history. See? Step 1. Pending Mahendra Singh Dhoni's and Sachin's approval. Status pending. Pending. Being an administrator, I can do anything. I can assign. Both of them are in leave. They have gone in holiday. You can go ahead and you can assign it. You can reassign to someone else. Right? You can approve it. For example, I'm approving behalf of Sachin. Approve. I'll say approved. And I click on approve button. Immediately, this will go to the level 2 now. See, level 2. Pending. First one approved. It clearly shows assigned to Sachin. Actual approver is Rupam. It was assigned to Sachin, and what is the comment? Approve. It goes to the Rupam. Here it is. Now, where does the Rupam will see? Like this, there are so many approvals. Let's say that 100 approvals are there. Whenever Rupam logs in, goes to the home, he should be able to see here, items to approve. In this, the list will come. The complete list. If there are 100, all the 100 will be visible here. All the 100 will be visible here. That these are waiting for your approval. He can click on approve or reject, and he will say data incomplete, rejected. By the way, you can see only name and owner. That's it. If you want to see the opportunity, you have to click here. Then it will take you to the opportunity. I'll say reject. Gone. Now it will go back to home. Again, it will go back to step 1. Previous step, it will not go back to the user. If again in the step 1 it's rejected, then it will go back to 0, back to the user. Now see that this time it didn't admit it, or it did submit it to Sachin and Dhoni. It submitted to Rupam and Dhoni. Because behalf of Sachin, Rupam approved it. So for example, I again approve it. Data updated, approved. Some comments, approve. Again, it will go for the level, right? Second level approval. Second level approval. Level 2, approve or reject. Approved. Approve. That's it. It will stop now. See, finally approved. It's not going to any other level. See how the approval process is working. Reject, approve, reject, and all these status are been saved. After approval, anybody can change? No, only administrator. After approval, can I send an email? Yes, which we'll do it now. Let's have one more testing. More than 10 lakh. New. Test. 12 lakh. Amount. 12 lakh 55,000. Close date today. Stage. Above 50%. Negotiation and review. I click on save. This will require 3 level of approval. Rupam, I want this to be automatically submitted. Here the user is clicking a button called submit. Tomorrow if user doesn't click on submit, then valid question. Yes. As of now, we are just maintaining manual. We are submitting this manually. As of now, we are just submitting it manually. Very soon, in another 2 class, it will be automatically submitted. As soon as the amount is changed or the percentage is changed and it's meeting the condition, automatically system will go ahead and submit the approval. It will not wait for the user to go ahead and submit. You can do that. As of now, manual. Very soon, within 2 classes, we'll be setting it to automatic. Within 2 classes, we'll be setting this to the automatic portion. All right. Perfect. There we go. Now I click on submit for approval. Okay. It goes to 3 level approval now. First, Sachin or Dhoni. I'm approving in behalf of Dhoni. Approve. It will go to the level 2, Rupam. Right? Level 2. Again, I say approve. it will go to the level 3. Again, Rupam, it's a VP approval. See, level 3, Vice President. Vice President rejects, it will go to level 2. Level 2 rejects, it will go to level 1. Level 1 approves, again it will start from 0. It can continue like this. Approve or reject, reject. See, it has gone to the level 1, level 2. Again, level 2 rejects. It will go to the level 1. Rejects. It has gone to the level 1. See? Again from level 1. If you reject now, it will go back to the user. Now I click on approve. Or if I click reject, it will go back to the user. Back to the user. Reject. See, the record became unlocked. The lock button is gone. It is back to the user. All rejected straightforward. Show me 3 more. Complete list, you can see what has happened. Right? Everybody is able to understand how did we create an approval process using a jump wizard? Yes, everyone? Using a jump wizard. Anybody has any questions before I further modify this? Anybody has any questions? Any questions, anyone?
Sir, if value is less than 1 lakh, can we assign self-approval?
Yes, we can. That is the next called as standard approval process. Standard approval process will be more in depth, where if it's less than 1 lakh, you can go ahead and you can say self-approval. Or let's say that from 1 lakh to 2 lakh, self-approval. 2 lakh onwards, I require an approval. Below 1 lakh, no approval. 1 lakh to 2 lakh, self-approval. You can do anything. But currently with the jump wizard, you cannot. With a standard wizard, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? Sending an email, updating the field status, we will do it right now. Okay. Once approved, Rupam, I want a comments to be approved, an email to go out that your record has been approved. I want an email to go to the customer. I want an email to go to the user. All these we will do now. That's what I'll be customizing it more. First, I created a basic approval with 3 steps with a condition. And then, right, we gave them to go ahead and activate it to see whether it runs well or not. Rupam, will the approver will receive an email? Yes, automatically. All these will be also available in alert. You see 7 on the top, red color. See approval, rejected, 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 waiting. Can a user approve via mail? No. For example, if right, approver will send an email, approve, and automatically systems will approve. No. Email will go to a approval at the rate, right? Let's say that spicejet.in, one email address. If, right, whenever you're approving, if you send an approval to this, if you send an email to this inbox with an approve keyword in a subject line, automatically it has to approve. Can we do that? You can do that programmatically, but not with admin. Right. Perfect. Now I click on deactivate. My approval process is working fine. Now, at different stages, I want user to be notified. I want a status in the field to be updated. right? For example, whenever it's submitted, what do you want to do? Currently, log the record. Along with that, I want to go ahead and update a field update. Update status. Do you have any status field? No. If we would have created a status field, we could have updated the status field to submit it. But as there is no status field, I will say update description, submit. What do you want to update? I want to update description field. With what? With a formula. What formula? Right? submit submitted successfully. Submitted for approval successfully. See, I'm updating a comments in the description field, submitted for approval successfully. Save. Whenever submission is done. Same way, whenever it's approved, what do you want to do? I want to go ahead and update the field. Again, I'm doing, guys. Update description approved. I will say, go ahead, update the description. Do you want to update the description to null value? No. Use, right? Use the formula, right? I will say, right, approved. See, approved. Click on save. So whenever final approval is done, right, a description will be updated called as approved. Along with that, I want to send an email. Congratulations. I will say approval email. For that, you have to create a template in opportunity. Currently, we have only template in, if I believe in contact, we might have created. Here it is, new passenger welcome. Whom do you want to send? I want to send it to Rupam. You can send it to a owner, you can send it to a public group. I want to send it to everyone. Hyderabad Cricket Club, Airtel L1 support, L2 support. I can send it to role, anybody with a course administrator, anybody with a VP sales. See? Role and subordinate. I want everyone, all the people from Telangana state will now receive the email. Role and subordinate. Subordinate means role and below. Anybody with a territory manager and below roles, below territory manager, if you have any other role, they will receive. See, you can say email field. There is no email field available. Account email, right? You can go ahead and you can select it. Currently in this, no. Creator, account owner. See, you can select so many people. You can add more email address. Use current email address? No. Send it from SpiceJet customer care. Click on save. Whenever its approval is done, immediately system will go ahead and update the comment. It will send an approval email. Whenever you're rejecting, what do you want me to do? I want to go ahead and create a task. What task? I want to find the root cause analysis. Why this was rejected? Whom to be assigned? Assign it to Dhoni. Subject, rejection root cause analysis. When you have to complete, right? When you have to complete, rule trigger date plus 5 days. Within 5 days, you have to complete. Status in progress. Priority high. Comments. This is system generated task to investigate the reasons of rejection. I click on save. Whenever you approve, whenever you reject, there are 4 actions you can do. Task, email, field update. You can send a message to Facebook called outbound messages. Here you have to give outbound URL like this, www.facebook.com/spicechat. This has to be created by Facebook, not by you. They will create this link. To this link, you will pass some data. For example, I want to pass the amount. To a third-party URL. And automatically, after Facebook receives this message with an amount, it will make a post in the SpiceChat page. Hooray, we have an opportunity worth 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, whatever it is. Outbound message. You can send a message to a third party system using an outbound endpoint URL. In the integration class, this all been discussed. How to send, how to create outbound URL for Salesforce, how to access outbound URL, everything there in details, don't worry. What is this outbound URL? What is this endpoint URL? All these are been explained in the integration classes. Currently, you can ignore it. Nobody asked this question. You can send, we can't do it because we want Facebook to create a page. There should be a class to consume this data that we are sending. Currently, there is no such feature available, and it is available only in the paid environment. And that's too, not Salesforce. This is in Facebook control, not in Salesforce control. Facebook has to create and they have to give that URL to us. I will say cancel. Like this, you can perform in all of them. Right? I can do it at the time of submission for task, email, field update, outbound. Once it's approved, I can say task, email, field, outbound. Once it's rejected, task, email, field, outbound. Once the user recalls, right, task, email, field, I can say field update, user recalled. User doesn't want approval, he recalled it. All these can be performed. See, now I say activate. Remember that for rejection, one task will be created. Again, I activated it. Whenever you approve an opportunity, immediately an email will go and the field will be updated. New, test 2 lakh, amount 2123452 2 lakhs. Close date today or 25th. Stage negotiation. Save. Now I will submit for approval. See, description field. Where is the description field? Blank. There is nothing in the description field you can see. Now I will say submit for approval. Submit. It will go for 2-level approval. As soon as submitted, see that when the comments got updated. What is that? Submitted for approval successfully. Like this, you can change, you can introduce a status field. Submitted, approved, rejected, approval in progress, something like this. And based on that, you can update that field. Now I go ahead and see there's a recall option. Right? Now I go ahead and I approve it. Second level approval. Approved. Only one level approval is required. Immediately, see, description, approved. Go and check an email. One email should come, and welcome email. Gmail.com. Oh, gmail.com. See, one email has gone out. Because it's a contact email, that's the reason all these fields are blank. But the email triggered 0 minutes ago. And it's coming from where? SpiceJet customer care. If you can see. SpiceJet customer care. It's coming from SpiceJet customer care. I believe there also we might have received it. See, it came from SpiceJet customer care. SpiceJet customer care. And all the approval has come. See, approval request, waiting for approval, right? Has requested for an approval. Click here. It will take directly to the approval. Click the link to approve or reject. Whoever it assigned, it will send an email automatically. Perfect. My process is working absolutely fine. Next, I will create one more and I will reject it this time. Next, I will say test 3 lakh. Amount 3,23,000. Close date today. Probability perception answer 70%. Save. Description is blank. You can see there is nothing. Now I'll say submit for approval. Immediately description will say submitted approval successfully. See? Now I'll go ahead and I'll reject it. Reject. Done. Immediately, right? A task got created. See? Rejection root cause reason analysis in progress. 5 days from now. In US, it's still 15. 5 days from now. Five days from now. See? Automatically system created an activity. This is system generated task to investigate the reason of his rejection. So like this, you can create 4 actions. Field update, create task, send email, send outbound messages. Only 4 at each stages. That means at approval, at rejection, at recall, at submission. And then you can create approval steps one by one. Can I do it for custom object like passenger payments? Yes, you can. Can I create more than one approval process for the same table? Yes. Tomorrow we will create one more in the opportunity. Then if it overlaps, then which one system will take? You have to give a sequence order, reorder them. There's a button called reorder, currently deactivated because only one is there. But whenever there is more than one opportunity approval process or in one object, there are more than one approval process, then immediately system will give you an option to reorder. First try in this. If it doesn't fit, try in second one. Second one fits, perfect. If it doesn't fit in second one, go to the third one. Will it execute all the 3? No, it'll execute any one, whichever fits first, which we'll see tomorrow. Guys, everybody is able to understand? Yes. How to create an approval process? Everyone good? All good? All good?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now, write a homework. Write down. Create an approval process for passenger or a custom object. If you would have created a custom object for passenger with the following condition. Number one, any registration fee
Sir,
more than create an approval process for a passenger with the following condition. Number one, whenever registration fee is greater than 1,000. Same thing, what I did today, I'm giving you as a homework, but in a different object. Whenever passenger registration fee is more than 1,000 and travel class equals to business or super business. If you would have created something else, you can modify this as per your requirement. Whenever the amount is greater than 1,000 and class is business or super business, then it requires level 1 approval. You can choose anyone, whoever you want. Next, second condition. Whenever the passenger registration fee is greater than 5,000, then it requires level 1 plus level 2. Next, third condition. Whenever passenger registration fee is more than 10,000, then it requires level 1, level 2, level 3. 3 level of approvals is required. Level 1, level 2, level 3. That's it. That's the homework. You will create this using a jump wizard. I will stop here. Tomorrow we will see what is standard wizard, how to create an approval process using a standard wizard, what is the difference between a jump and a standard, when should we use jump, when should we use standard, in real time, which one is used more, standard or jump? All these questions we'll answer. And then we will go to the next tool called as Workflow Builder. We'll jump to the Workflow Builder tomorrow. Tomorrow we will complete standard and workflow, both till here. Right? So that's it for today. I will stop here. Do this. Right? I know that it's easy, but when you start doing it, it might look a little confusing. So to clear the confusion, make sure that you do this homework. If you have not created a hospital solution or airline solution, whatever you want, if it's you, then you can take any system object. I will recommend opportunity. So that's it for today. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time, 7 a.m. Okay. So till then, thank you. Have a nice and wonderful day. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.
Bye, sir. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.